The easiest way to figure out what's going on is to think about the fundamentals at play. Cause and effect. In a situation where multiple versions of experience coexist simultaneously and potentially interact with each other and are observed by, one individual, dualities are understandable if you think about geometry and different forms of space. For example, you can have the surface of a sphere be everything, but also a square surface exists. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, there's enough space for two infinities. What I mean is if the entire universe exists in a curved space, that means there's enough room for a straight space to also exist. And it could contain its entire own universe as well. Basically, we inherently understand how things work, or we can figure out the mechanics of said things with geometric tools. Geometric as in, if this thing has a physical representation, there are given aspects that are available or present due to rules that govern the system. So the physical world itself is geometrical. Look at the orbit of stuff. Look at the way that things fall in a straight line to the earth. Look at the structures of physical molecules and stuff. Everything, even heat. Heat is just vibration and movement of energy. That's representable in fluid dynamics, which is like geometry's cousin. So the point is that having a reference of what's going on is a key to processing information. You can't remember something at the same time it's happening. And so we understand that there are multiple processes within an individual going on, and when those processes are reduced or shut down, the experience changes. Well, right now, fields are what govern the collapse of the waveform. When something is observed, it behaves on a path that is explainable with all possibilities and a calculation known as the wave function, the waveform. And it's only called that because the math behind it is similar to a wave. You know what I'm saying? But really, it's fluctuations in a field. And that is the fundamental existence. Our perception of what we call reality is the human brain making sense of the phase that this geometry is in.
More than just build a website.
You know, the field itself,
event planners and interior designers
might not even be fundamental.
Consultants and photographers.
But right now, most things that exist behave in fields that are either vastly, incomprehensibly large, or infinite. I don't know. Maybe they're infinite.
With offer code SoundCloud for 10% off your
so you have to go into a sensory, observational sort of paradigm of metaphysics in order to actually form the idea into a representable concept with language. And the universe develops based on its last move, in my opinion. So you got to look at all the factors, you know. The physical world is behaving in this way, and, you know, consciousness, it turns out, might behave in a similar way, because consciousness and reality, as in the physical world, interact. I mean, your consciousness is attached physically to reality. This is how the double slit experiment is explained. You know, this is how colors are explained in general. The fact that you can describe what's happening